all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all on the same page on why I'm providing very, very crucial, very, very important civil justice closure sign off for myself. It is a multitasking and it is a self-explanatory, right? I do not have to go and every time explain why it is a multitasking part of it. Okay, so if you all have any, need any explanation, you can refer my earlier sessions to be on the same page. Now, it is because United States of American nation with fatal negligence created robocall poverty mandate to I and enforced poverty to I. That is a crime. And then they enforced finance disability to I. That is crime. And then they also, the United States of America with fatal negligence, enforced finance debt to I. That is crime. So there are 3 counts of crime. And that is why United States of America is at fault, found guilty in all crimes of Vatican. It took the curses of the crime of Vatican after all. Got it? Now, that is why I am signing this civil justice in front of all the nations and in front of entire human kingdom. And the United States of American nation is handcuffed at fault mode, fallen down on knees in front of all the nations, because a nation do not have any birthright to sign injustice and do not have any birthright to punish innocent. Okay? And that means when a nation have a broken justice services, it is called as what? A lawless nation. Okay, so when bottom line every single public sector operations is broken in USA and every single private sector operations is broken in pieces in USA, and it all comes under the classification of prostitution, which is coming under the umbrella of domestic violence, right? Then that nation is disqualified to be nation upfront. I already said it is me who is going to decide who is going to get to live in this earth, who is going to get out of the earth. Means I only going to decide whether this nation can even be called as a nation or just live without being called as nation. Means I'll just remove those nation tag from every nation. It's according to my choice, because I own all nations. I own USA. Now I'm also when I'm educating, I'm also displaying who are innocent after all, even when they are found in the at fault mode, how innocent. So that means you all got it right now, how the justice teams of state of Wisconsin, they are just happiest at this moment, because they know about my excellent justice, unbiased justice process, wherein I stepped in and educated them. This is how this justice service must be. This is how the softer lines codes must be written. With every work logic, business logic, diagrams with like a workflow, I provided every single solutions. And that is why they are the happiest people on the earth, because I provided all. I displayed the errors. I displayed the errors of DOJ services to the DOJ system itself, the teams itself. So they are helpless mode only, because they are just only one small peanut, only one small mustard size of teams they are. Versus the scandal, it's like a spider web. It's been soaked and marinated in the poison, in the venom, and then weaved like a spider web that nobody could figure out where exactly is the root cause for how and why exactly or when exactly the justice service is broken. Nobody knew. So that means these justice teams who knows me, they are only in a different generation. But this scandal has been going on forever, right? For past 500 years. Since day one, the United States was formed from transition from the New World phase to colonization phase to USA phase in 17th century. Since day one, they thought that they got the independence on 17th century, on July 4th. No, that is the illusion provided by the evil, meanest Queen Elizabeth II. She is ruling every single nation as of today, as of this moment, my dear fellow mankind. All the nations have been sold as slaves to Queen Elizabeth II already. Don't you all think that I have to slap that evil queen and free all the nations from the dark ages of Rome now, this moment? I'm doing it. That is why all the nations are happy, is because I am born. This moment only everybody, every nations, count by count, were waiting for. They were shedding their tears in their pain, in their agony, in their blood. And they're praying to God, dear God, send God sent angel and help that guardian angel to free all the nations from the dark ages of Rome. God, please God, this is what innocent population are crying, and so many people died out of injustice alone, never got civil justice. Imagine this crime that is skyrocketing, and why on the earth I am always displaying President Joe Biden is a scammer and he should never be a president of USA after all. Got it? See, he should understand what is the cruciality I'm talking about. He's in a different generation era. He's already in the retirement mode. He don't even have to worry whether he is having a president job or not. Either way, he's wealthiest. He can live his retirement life in a very happiest and luxury mode. So I am saying just go enjoy your retirement life. Don't come and do more destruction to the USA, because the root cause has been identified. Right? So when I display the root cause, I only can fix it, right? Got it? Now tell me, initially, like anybody being skeptical, these justice people were also skeptical, right? Doubtful. But then they could not accept the truth as is mode, because I was explaining truth as is mode, the raw truth. What I said, Pope Francis is a hell creator. Pope Francis, because the one thing is, they never knew that I was in few years back itself, I finished working everything and I educated everything. Then I had to tell them, see, I worked on this poverty-free earth project and that time, but even then they were only skeptical mode. Why? Because wherever you go, people are having fanatic love for Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth. They are worshipping them as God. And when people are worshipping them as God, I am the only one human saying them they are the hell creators. Means imagine the emotional processing of anybody. So judges also, judge, commissioner, and the two female lawyers and the female cop, they are all educated only. But can you all see what is exactly called as a facial blindness? The eyes get blinded. How eyes get blinded for the foolish people? They can never understand the wisdom. Versus I was only educating wisdom. Patiently means extra patience I provided. But they were just crucified me, and today they must be only shedding tears of shame, tears of guilt. And I, as a true friend, I even have to bail them out because there's an innocence on their part. Right? So why that lowest level of the justice is broken? Because on the hierarchy level, on the very first law level, everything is broken. Pope Francis only gives a justice handbook to the USA. And why it is also France leader also taking the curse? France leader, it is written in French. If you go and look into the law book, handbook in USA, it is written in French and also English side by side. So can you all see how puzzles got unlocked? Why the lowest level of the justice teams even fear at the sound of Jesuits, at the sound of Pope? Because survival mode. Because survival mode. I went and challenged the justice teams. If whatever I say is wrong, let the state of Wisconsin governor execute me in front of all the people, all the nations, right in the television, let him execute me. I provided that challenge. So that means the justice teams knows who I am. They know who I am, but only thing they became helpless because the justice services, the software code written, everything is broken on purpose. Got it? So that means the software world, people who are working in the justice services teams, they don't know what kind of a deadliest scandal they got into. They all fallen in trap. Every single software, word by word, letter by letter, sentence by sentence, algorithm by algorithm, logic by logic is wrong. Simple as that. And I stepped in. That is why they were so much shocked, means I never went to law school. I'm only a PROSE, right? But they realized how excellent true civil I am, lawyer I am, and how excellent true civil doctor I am, and how excellent true civil supreme judge I am, an excellent leader, and I alone can provide governance. Because after displaying the errors, I never stopped at that point. I even provided more labor in providing the workflow logic. This is how the software code should be written. Do you know that itself is $1 trillion of labor I provided to the justice teams? Do you know that? They know that. They know that. That's why they are super shocked. And what did I say? What did I say? For me, God gives me the wisdom, my dear fellow mankind. I'm just average human. I have only dummy brains like any of my other peers. Okay? That is why I cannot boast, oh, see, I have this wisdom, no, I cannot. Because my wisdom is given by God. So if at all you all want to ask how I am wisest, please go ask God who created me. Right? God who created me should get all the glory and all the honor. Not me. Not me. Right? So they got really shocked one side, and they were just wondering, they were just like, in a total awe of awesome. Like how awesome is this lady providing all the solutions in the rightful, ethical, human standards ways alone. Right? And that too when I was in the crucifixion process, means I was crucifying, I got crucified in the cross. And I said, do not do that, do not do that. They never listened. So this is the patterns of always how the wisest gets helpless in the hands of foolish. The wisest always, sometimes, even the foolish people are the ones who are hell creators, right? The hurt creators, the hurt services, the mocking services providers like that. But then the wisest also will provide the extended helping hand, meaning they do not have any obligation to say to the foolish people, hey, foolish people, please do not hurt, please do not mock, it hurts my hurt feelings, right? So if you do not hurt, that will be helping me. That's not civilians should do. No. They do not even have that birthright to go and beg like that. No. But then the wisest always even will provide that also, that step also, because they are never obligated to go and say that to the foolish people. No. But then if you see the patterns of abuse, I've always stood up, tallest, and I've said, hey, foolish people, please, 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 do not hurt me. If you're going to hurt me, my brain will get pain infliction. Please, please, please. I've said that. That means I would not have said the same sentence, but in a different way. Stop. No. Big no. Like that. But people, the foolish people are blinded eyes. They will not get it. Right? So you saw the judge, the commission, they all went to education only. So the USA is a prostitution nation. It's a lawless nation. So hierarchy of the Pope Francis is prostitute, Queen Elizabeth is prostitute, France leader is prostitute, Sicily Archbishop is a prostitute. So they wrote the handbook of law, that is also prostitution handbook of law. It's called as canon law, right? And then it was given to the USA, written in the French and English side by side. That is the live proof that France leader is a cunning. And the Statue of Liberty is also a prostitution statue of Babylon god, prostitute god. And that statue itself is a representation of a Queen Elizabeth II, the prostitute, telling in an indirect meaning that, hey, whoever entering into the United States of America will forever be slaves to Queen Elizabeth II. So 300 million of population are slaves to Queen Elizabeth II. Nobody knows that. So France hide the truth. France provided an illusion, a mask, a shield, a wheel, telling that this Statue of Liberty is a justice lady, but no, it is a prostitution god of Babylon, prostitution god of Roman god, prostitution god of Greeks, prostitution god of Islam, Judaism, prostitution god of atheism, prostitution god of Persia, Iran and Afghanistan after all. And that itself was a trace puzzle that Queen Elizabeth is an Islam, Judaism, and she's an Iranian. Iranian means what? Persian. Persian means what? Even before Persian, what was that empire? Babylon. So they all come under that bloodline, where the kings and queens of the Babylonian, they will enforce the population to blindest worship them only as a god. If the population are going to stand up for the true God of true Christianity, they'll be just like that, dropped in the fire furnace and burnt in ashes. Even today, the Holocaust is being going on. People thought there is no Holocaust. It's a controversy theory people are spreading, but no. When I was working on the Poverty-Free Earth of the Earth One Volunteer Project 2030 project, I was how innocent, because we all never knew, because we are all in the different generation, right? I was not born when there was a World War I and World War II or Jews program provided by Russia, or the 13 or 16,000 gas chambers was built in Warsaw, Poland, right? So those, I was not even there that moment. So when I was analyzing on how and why, because I wanted to find the root cause for how poverty, why poverty, when poverty only, right? So that means if I want to go and look into analyze the World War II part of it, I want to make sure where will I get any root cause for where exactly the poverty got created. And that is how I realized how healthy choices only was provided by late German leader Hitler. So I could not find any at fault in his actions. Got it? But worldwide they were only cursing Hitler. Got it? Worldwide means what? 7.9 plus billions of humans were cursing Hitler, and I was the only woman, that too woman, not even men, right? So only one woman, and that too colored skinned woman, I'm not a white skin. So that itself is a display of why the crime I'm talking about is never about the skin color. It's never about, oh, are you African, oh, are you Asian, or are you European, then we can. No, it's never about that. It's not even about the racism slurs which people are talking about. No, the crime is way beyond. So, out of 7.9 plus billions of humans cursing Hitler with whatever they want to come up with, I was the only one woman, and I broke the world record, Guinness Book of World Record. I slapped on the entire human population and I said, late Germany leader Hitler is innocent. I just cannot find any at fault in him. People were shocked. And I already educated. Entire German population, they thought, oh my gosh, is this Hitler who became a reincarnated one in a different human system? They just got freaked out. Got it? Because I know how much fanatic love the Germans have for Hitler. Right? But then I went on beyond and I explained the truth as is known. And I again said, no, I'm not reincarnated. In true Christianity, each and every single civilian is independent. It's as simple as that. So there again I have to explain what is reincarnation, because people had confusion, right? In Roman Empire and the Persian, Iran and Afghanistan Empire and the Greek Empire, right? Like great Alexander the Great Empire, and Helen of Troy, and Cleopatra for Egypt Empire, and there were women who were ruling the nations, and they had their own pros and cons. Right? I'm not talking about the cons part of it, but the pros is the women who were ruling nations even provided excellent governance. I'm not even talking about the scrap Queen Elizabeth II. Okay, she's garbage. She's absolute garbage. Okay, just leave that aside. So, but then, so worldwide it was like that. Okay, so when I was started to educate, people got the shock, and I have to step in and educate what exactly is reincarnation. Okay, now these paganists, right, the Egypt gods, Roman gods, Greek gods, and Babylonian gods, and Islam, Judaism gods, they have what to say? Their brains have been overwritten in such a way that after death, people have afterlife. Okay, and according to whatever deeds, whether it's a good deeds, they will be born in whatever form they wanted. But if they do wrong or torture fellow mankind, then they'll be born in a different versions, avatars. So this is there in belief in the Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, then Islamism, Judaism, and Farsis, the human gods worshippers, right? So this is, and then they tell it's a reincarnated, means in past life, maybe. So I will provide a easy, user-friendly, layman way of, in a friendly way, in a user-friendly way, I will provide that education. So so this is what it is. They believe in the afterlife like that. And because of that, the Egyptians, if you see, that is why they came up with that kind of a pyramid kind of a tomb, right? Wherein they will throw in all the jewels, all the assets, all the properties inside that thing, and then they will put it, and they will wrap the dead body in the, the clothing like that. So that was the reason. Why means they were all along these paganism were there, the true Christianity was also there. Got it? Are you all with me at this point thus far? So that means it was before Christ era. That is why that itself is a proof, my dear fellow mankind. If you see the generation and the centuries, there is always that before Christ era and Christ era, and after that Christ era is a proof. What more of a proof you all want that Jesus Christ is truth, or whatever happened in the true Christianity is indeed truth? Because people witnessed every single incident. You name it, Red Sea, Noah's Ark, everything. People witnessed it, and the more they witnessed it, they became more closer to the true Christianity. But then, because the toxins been, these Egyptian empire, they never wanted Israelites to live free. They never wanted them to worship true God. They wanted only the kings and the queens and the paganism. They want to worship only the paganism way of lifestyle. And it is today, there's a proof, isn't it? They gave the Statue of Liberty and said what? The France said what? Freedom of religion. How cunning they are. So the USA is so poor, innocent, right? Because most of the people ran for life from Egypt. Europe. Europe nations. They were literally running for their life to just touch the Ellis Island to get the free citizenship and live free. But they never thought that they are going to be slaves forever for Queen Elizabeth II with the Statue of Liberty. It's a slave statue after all. So every puzzles and all, I was able to trace it out. Means it is God-given wisdom. It is God-given wisdom. Got it? So in my book of civil law, when I am seeing innocence, my peers seeing innocence will be different. It is almost like, I don't know, Vice's seeing innocence will be totally different. It will be unbiased way. It will be unbiased way. So I explained, okay, the reincarnation, the fun part is, among the Hinduism, they call it karma or destiny or whatever. Right, because they all believe in the afterlife, and the pre-life means what people were before. Before, like for example, I am born now. What I was before I was born, like that, they believe in that, and that is how the reincarnation means. People in a different life, they would have lived, and they would have again reborn. That's called as in a different avatars. That's called as a reincarnation. And this belief is believed by Egypt Empire, Roman Empire, Iran, Afghanistan, and Babylonian and Greeks. So that means the entire world, because all the nations have become a Babylon enforced by the slavery provided by Pope Francis. That's the reality. We have to accept the reality that USA is a one hell of a Republican Islam Judaism nation. We need to free that mode, right? Don't you all think so? Don't you all think so? And I am the rightful one who can discipline the Islam Judaism population. Nobody can. They are the super hell creators, and they should get out of the earth now. And I already said they will die out of heart attack, because all the crimes I'm displaying is the raw truth. They just cannot run and hide. So that means the Dubai leader cannot hide inside the Mecca. Got it? Or the Syria leader cannot go and hide behind that western wall. No. Wherever they are going to run and hide, I am standing as a rock. So they cannot escape the wrath of true God, my dear fellow mankind. No. They will be thrown in the volcano, and all the merchandisers who did merchandise with them will witness, according to the Revelation 18th chapter in Holy Bible. They will just witness how Pope Francis and teams are burnt in ashes in volcano. They will be gone in ashes. Wait, watch and see. Wait, watch and see. Yes, the civil justice jurisdiction process is a long process. Means why? The crime must be counted in a crime 1, crime 2, crime 3, crime 4, and counted and accumulated. Then people will know, oh my gosh, is this how much of the crime this Pope Francis did and still living free? Then they will say, okay, throw him out in the volcano, please. And nobody will bother whether how they got fried in ashes in volcano. I even provided that. Nobody have to know. They'll be just gone like that abruptly all of a sudden. There will be no popes. There will be no Queen Elizabeth. There will be no Islam leaders. Nobody. No Dalai Lama, nothing, no craps. Right? They should have thought. So, what is a user-friendly way of that explanation of the reincarnation? I think this session also may go a little longer, but please be aware it is very, very crucial, because I am just displaying how the raw truth of how the Department of Justice is broken in pieces with a live proof. One side I'm talking, one side I displayed the screenshots of the proof. Means USA is going to shut down all the Department of Justice agencies worldwide. Abruptly sealed and shut down immediately, indefinitely, until I have to step in. I have to become the Supreme Judge. I have to provide the guidelines. I have to provide everything new. I have to provide a new law book. I have to provide the new amendments. I have to provide the new Declaration of Independence for each and every single nation worldwide. Not even one single nation is got freedom yet. And the year is 2021. How those Pope Francis in a cunning way fooled only educated population after all. Can you see? Okay, I will come to that reincarnation part. They'll say, for example, in a scenario, okay, a scenario means what? An example. It is a healthy way of education process. A teacher, when a teacher wants to educate a student, sometimes cannot understand. Then the teacher will say, okay, let me provide an example. Now see whether you can understand. That is another healthy processing of education after all. So the reincarnation means what is, for example, a John Doe is born and lived, okay, and then he dies. Then, according to that afterlife belief, provided by the paganism, then according to his deeds or karma, they call it, okay. According deeds is called as a karma in Hinduism, okay. So based out of how many good that John Doe has done in his life, he will be born in whatever form he wished for. Otherwise, if he had tortured the fellow mankind, that means then he will born in that form. Okay, that is the reincarnation and afterlife and that belief. Now, okay, this is one example. Now, what is another example? Let's say there is a John Doe and Jane Doe. They are true lovers. Okay, and whether they are in lovers mode or they got married and they were living a happy mode or whatever, but they died in that lifestyle. And accordingly, they might even be reborn in a different avatars, being, instead of John Doe, what to say? Joe Doe. And instead of Jane Doe, I'm just putting a scenario, that is all. Instead of Jane Doe, you name any Emma Doe, right? So that means they in the pre-life they were still true lovers and they were married and they were having happily married with the children, grandchildren, and in-laws, mother-in-laws, father-in-laws. They lived a wonderful heaven life in one thing, but they died. They had to die. So then after that, they again can be still reborn in the same way, but in a different human forms, different names, different family, different everything, and start over again, and still they get to be the lovers mode. Like means they even get to have the past life remembrance like that. So this all belief is provided only in the paganism cult. Paganism means cultism, meaning it's a human created, selfish, according to the will and pleasure to how to damage human brains. See, when people are getting into that reincarnation mode, there is an afterlife belief mode, means the brain is getting damaged, isn't it? Right? So then they will try to discriminate and easily mock people. See, you are having cancer this year because in past life, whatever sins you did, that is why. Can you see how everything got traced and it's all out of innocence only, and the population are still innocent, they don't know what they're doing. So I have to step in and educate, hey, this reincarnation is being created by humans only. My dear fellow mankind, don't believe with that. In true Christianity, nobody is same. Nobody is same. Every single civilian you're going to pick, they are unique and different. Unique, distinct, means different like a snowflake. So there again, the snowflake is for example only. How many patterns the snowflakes have? Or if you're going to see the raindrops, you all might enjoy the rain, right? I don't know about the Europeans, but this is just a generic level of education on a very friendly note. Okay, I don't know about any other nations as well, but in India, especially in Tamil Nadu, when it's a monsoon, it's a tropical climate, but it's a monsoon means yearly they expect this kind of a flood, cyclone and rain like that. And it's a normal way of people live with it, deal with it, die with it like that mode. But then, in 100 percentile of the population, 99% of the population will love to enjoy, the rain. Go out, and when it's raining, they just go out, enjoy that rain, and catch that raindrops like that. It is a very normal way of living in Tamil Nadu. So that's why the people back in Tamil Nadu, they live a wonderful, peaceful life always. Even when all the other pain and agony, everything is there. But to live fullest, you have to learn everything from the Tamilians only. They know how to live fullest. Okay? So, but then in Europe and in other nations or even United States of America, whenever there is rain, they create the fear. right? The people never even go out. They don't even know how the rain drops, how to enjoy the rain, right? And how to enjoy that flood and make a paper boat and just see how it floats on the flooding river. They do not have that kind of a very nice life memories, cherishable memories, because these are all in your growing up years. Only people will see it, enjoy it, feel it, right? Because once when you're old age, you will not be having that. So this is a little bit of higher generic level. You go, you ask any Tamil people worldwide, right? They will say yes. At least once they must have enjoyed that getting out and getting wet in the rain and enjoyed the rain part. It is super feeling, happy feeling, healthy, happy feeling, just to enjoy that nature, right? That how God created the nature. So, but then, so this is one part. This is just a fun part. I do not even want to, why she's talking about the rain when talking about reincarnation part of it. So you all got it, right? Sometimes when I have to say, then I have to include some user-friendly, healthy wellness ways. That is what I included about the rain part of it. Okay. So now tell me, I have to step in and educate the reincarnation part, and I educated everybody's in different means, like snowflakes, and the raindrops means, how can you all count a raindrop? No, right? Can you all? No, that is a reality. It's impossible. But then it's just one raindrop, two raindrop, three raindrop, then exponentially increased raindrop, then that becomes a flood. It's like one ocean, how that raindrops only gets collected in the lake and the pond, and then they get into the river, and the river get into the waterfall, and the waterfalls get into the ocean. So just one drop, how it became exponential. But everything is different. If you're going to look in the pattern of water molecule of per raindrop, that also will be different. Though the basic components like hydrogen and oxygen are in that component only, right? H2O is what they call it in chemistry for water. Okay, that means two elements or two parts of hydrogen and one part of oxygen is combined, and that only is water. So raindrop is a water only. So it's a water drop by drop by drop. And if you're going to get into the science and the school days, you all might have wondered how the rain is created, how blah, 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 evaporation, whatever, right, condensation. It is a fun part of study. I just don't want to include that here. So I wanted to say the raindrops and snowflakes means that each and every single particle is different. Not even one raindrop is same as the other raindrop. Not even one snowflake is pattern is same as the other snowflake. That is how each civilian is different. So I wanted to educate what? Each civilian is different. But how can I do that? I have to have some kind of an example, because people are that will create, they can relate. Oh, okay, snowflake is different. Oh, okay, raindrops is different. Okay, each star in the skies is different. Oh, okay, that is how humans. Oh, okay, then they can relate and can understand. There's another word where Europeans use for understanding. It's called as comprehension. Okay, so this is how, and you all got it. Why I have to explain the raindrops out of nowhere when I have to explain about the reincarnation part. Reincarnation is what? The belief provided by the paganists are afterlife. Like John Doe is born and lived and died, will be again born again, will be born in an afterlife. But not as John Doe, maybe a different name, maybe in a different avatar. Maybe he might have born in a white skin, and then again when he is getting born in a different life, he might be a white skin or a combination of a brown and a white skin or red skin or yellow skin or a green skin or whatever color of the skin, you name it, right? So I had to explain to them. So once when I provided an example, even the cultism, even the paganism, even the Hinduism, even the Islam, Judaism, those people, the atheism, they are all paganist only, right? They come under the umbrella of paganism, cultism. So their brain started to think in a rightful way. Oh, is that so? Oh, in true Christianity, God creates every civilian different? Oh my, how long we got fooled by this paganism. And they started to walk in the wisdom ways. Got it? So I just removed that foolishness of reincarnation part of it. That is good, right? That is $1 trillion revenue I saved for a nation. When people are in a foolish ways thinking that afterlife is true and belief on the science and only they can believe that means the nation is becoming poorest. So now we all got it. So Germans are also what? Germany is right in between the France and London and Ireland and Scotland. They got stuck. Even if they wanted to choose a healthy lifestyle, they just impossible for them. And the intoxications provided by France one side and Queen Elizabeth one side was too much that even Germans was enslaved as slaves to be Vikings, Templars, right? You all know at the sound of Vikings, at the sound of Templars, how civilians will shiver in fear. Because they take the knife and just chop the head of the people, just like that. That is how they know who Vikings are, who Templars are, right? But then if you're going to look behind it, why those people became that violent? Means it is because of all this religious abuse. It's all because of this abuse provided by the kings and the queens only. So rebellious population themselves were created by Pope Francis only, I proved. Okay, so then the Germans thought, okay, this Vethapriya Vice's lady is not a reincarnation of the Hitler. So I educated them correctly. That is the important. I never boasted. Yes, I am Hitler only. Only difference is Hitler is the shortest man. I am in women category. In average Indian women height category, I'm in tallest range. Okay, I'm not very short or very medium height like that. But then in European standards, I might be in that chart because the minimum height itself is like what? More, right? So, but I'm talking about the Indian standard average women height. So that means Hitler is the shortest man. We all know. And that never bothered him, right? But then how he provided excellent governance that all the nations just blindest listen to him. Because that means everybody loved his organization when he started. The Nazi organization, the scope and the objective was created only to help the poverty population, the low income population. He created a labor union. Meaning, for that explanation is when you're going to the construction workers or the skyscrapers workers or even that matter any workplace, be it software or doctors or anywhere, there will be employees who are employed in that workplace, right? So they sometimes they get injustice in the workplace and somebody have to step in and stand up and talk for them. So how all the employees cannot talk? I already said people have to chew the injustice and most of the population will not be in a position to talk. So then they created for good intention only, good people only in each and every generation they formed that union called as a labor union and they elected a leader so that the leader can talk and represent the entire employees and then they can talk for the workplace to get the healthy benefits or anything. So this you make it imagine in a whole large scale. This is how he created the late leader Germany Hitler. So it was for a good purpose, because bottom line, if you're going to see, he is a Roman Catholic Christian family only. He was born in Austria, and you all know the history behind that Austria, and how the movie Sound of Music all created because of that only, because even colonization was provided in each and every single European nations, and people were torn in pieces because of this evil Queen Elizabeth II. Just that they cannot tell it out loud. If you're going to ask any European today, they will say they hate Queen Elizabeth, but they cannot tell it out loud. I am telling out loud, and they must be happiest after all. Get it? So Ireland and Scotland population must be the happiest one in the earth as of this moment, because this Vethapriya lady is talking whatever people cannot talk, she is talking. She is the wisest lady each nation needs. Means I am telling the truth. Right, so because of all, you name Amsterdam, you name Netherlands, you name you name any of the European nations, they are all pure slaves to Queen Elizabeth II only. Okay, so then there will, once when the nations are having this kind of a civil war or local wars and a lot of famine, poverty, unemployment, right, the national policies are not good for the population, means then population will be moving out of the nations for better prospects, better career prospects, better lifestyle. So that is how these Hitler family, out of poverty and out of all this scandal of this Queen Elizabeth doing in their country, immigrated to Germany for better prospects only. Because every civilian, they move to here and there for better prospects, thinking that, okay, why can't we start a life here? Why can't we start a family here? Like that. But then he was a poverty, he was an immigrant, and those are the two things a civilian can be dependent on. Meaning, hands and legs broken and made to be crippled mode. Meaning, whatever the richest people will say, they are entitled to do it mode, slavery mode. So, okay, he must have been that young blood, right? The younger generation mode, maybe in 20s or 30s, maybe, or even 40s, I would say. But then he started the Nazi. The Nazi, if you're going to look into the, online education purposes, it's going to say the real, true meaning of that organization after all. It was started for a good, healthy purpose only. Because he himself was a poverty, so he himself was an immigrant, so he knows those how people struggle in their way of lifestyle. So he wanted to provide a healthy processing, and that is why nobody bothered how he looked, right? Nobody bothered, and it is a track record, right? It is forever. It will be in the history. One shortest man ruled over all the nations, and how all the population was just blindest following that shortest man. It's a history, right? He'll be talked forever. And I am the one who is going to provide civil justice for him after 18th century passed, 19th century passed, 21st century, we are 79 years only left. I don't know how long I will see. I will ever get to see 2021. I don't know, right? So that many years only is left. But see, after that many years means Hitler, when he was born, the late Germany leader, Hitler, when he was born as a newborn baby, he must never had a clue that in 2021, Vethapriya, a colored skin, a black skin, a woman, a rock, a toughest of toughest means toughest than Hitler. That is why I gave you all a fun task. Work on who am I? Am I a man or a woman? He is a man. Hitler is a man, right? And people feared him. And if you're going to ask the leaders now, they're going to, hell no, don't talk about Hitler. They all hate. But then I am the one who's going to provide excellent civil justice for that late leader, Germany leader Hitler. Because innocent, purest innocent, is a display of Hitler. right? So I have to educate all this because how the justice has been broken. So yes, it was started for a good purpose, but then these Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, they got their anger in a highest level. Why? This Hitler, like any other average civilian, he banned tobacco and alcohol in Germany. That screwed up the anger. That is enough to trigger anger extreme way for Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, right? Because they'll be losing the revenue, the tax income that is created out of tobacco and alcohol alone. And this Hitler, he coolest banned it with whatever strength given by God. Only he should have done, because it's never an easy task, right? So, what is the best way that Queen Elizabeth can get rid of Hitler? Kill him. But Queen Elizabeth will never say kill him directly. Got it? Behind the scenes, she would have ordered the Germany doctors create morphine, create poison, inject that poison to Hitler, damage his brain, let him create a havoc. Once when brain, the dopamine is damaged, right, with the lethal toxins, then the human will become human bomb, human nuclear bomb. Worse than a uranium-236, enough to be created to destroy the nations. And that is how World War II destruction was created. So Hitler, innocent Hitler, was first crucified by Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis first to become from innocent Hitler to nuclear bomb. So when a human becomes a nuclear bomb, they are the deadliest bomb than a regular nuclear weapon bomb. So who knows that when a human is created as a nuclear bomb is enough for nations to be destroyed? It is you? No. It is me? No. It is God? No. Why would God created humans in God's image even bother to create human as a human bomb? Right. That is a wisdom. So who is the hell creator here? It is Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. So imagine, I'm also displaying how evil can double innocent women can be, and how but that directly traces to how evil can always men be. Men are never caregivers, my dear fellow mankind. No. It was an illusion provided to the population that men are only God because sperms are provided by men. They are the only baby creators. They are the generation creators. That is why they are God, and that kind of illusion was injected. That is why Pope also got elected as a Pope. But what should Pope should have educated to the population? Hey, I am not Pope. Do not call me Pope. I am Roman King Empire. You all know the blood cells of how the Roman kings work. Yeah, we'll only provide crucifixion for the national punishment, and we'll punish only innocent. It is a lawless nation. It's a lawless empire. So when lawless nation, lawless everything, you can live as you want. There will never be any justice organization. Shut it down. This is what he should have, must have educated the population. But he never did that. Pope Francis never did that. What he did, even though Pope Francis is the Roman king, he wore a burqa, white clothing. He wore a cross, right? And he wore the cap. Cap in different forms, not only one cap. Each and every situation he will change the cap. Pope in a cap, right? Like that. And he created an illusion that he is only a god. And that is a crime. And I have to prove it. So, when I said Pope Francis the hell creator, the justice team, those 5 people are in a very low peanut size or mustard size only in this entire huge spider web of Department of Justice scandal organization worldwide. Those 5 people are only like a minute mustard size only. They are innocent. Can you all see? because they become helpless because of the broken justice services only. It is Pope Francis enforced the software team to write wrongful software logic for the Department of Services. So can you all see how even software got the curse of the Pope Francis? In every national operations you're going to see, there will be software. Without Microsoft, there is no justice. Without Apple, there is no justice services, software. Without Google, there is never justice services. And even for the media, television channels will be there, and YouTube will be there, Facebook will be there, what not. All crap and all garbage. I'm proving with everything is a garbage. And DOJ services is garbage. And that is exactly why when they even signed injustice in December 2019, is invalid. It's invalid. I even asked the justice to, with asking for more of the healthy solution. They just ignored it. That displays their innocence after all. And they are beyond shedding tears of shame and guilt for punishing I am for being innocent. They must be the happiest people because they all will be credited in a healthy way by the USA government. Because we are all on the same page. I provided all the software solutions also on how, workflow solutions on how the software should be written in the logic level. They were shocked. Because I never went to the law school and they all went to the law school. That is why they were shocked. And that traces to what? For me, wisdom is given by whom? God. God who created me. The all glory, all honor is only for my God. And I know who is my God, who is my true God. That's just enough for me, isn't it? So let's say USA wants to provide me a Medal of Honor. I will say, provide that to my parents. I know who is my honor. This is what I will say. That might seem so rude, right? But this is what I am. This is I am. I know who is my honor. Means I know who is my honor, and that honor is more than the Medal of Honor. That's what it means. Okay, if at all you want to provide that honor, provide that to my parents. This is what I will say. And justice teams also are aware of it already. So that means you all seeing the talent, how fast as I can provide this thing. I don't even have to know my dear fellow mankind. So yes, if you're going to provide, if the law people are going to talk about any of their law terms and verbiages, I will say, I don't know, sorry, right? Maybe highest level I know what is impasse, right? I know what is paupery, informa, right? So, but then that is why I even educated when I was conversing with the Secretary of the State and the Department of Health Services leader and the tax leader of the state of Wisconsin. I educated. I can even, with all this job given to me, I can even work with them at the behind seats. So we are all in the same page on that regard as well. Even they know about that. I even provided what are the tasks I can provide, how I can provide in a healthy way to them. So that is why they are also in the happiest mode, even when they were silence and fatal negligence and they never responded to me. They are the happiest people on the earth because they are all joined in the creation, creating history part of it. And on the highest level, I said, entertainment world, please, for heaven's sake, do not create a documentary about all these things that's happening. Because I do not want people to believe me only after document, only after seeing me, only after knowing. No. Without seeing me, only people should believe me. Right? That is the excellent belief. So, whatever I'm providing is access mode, that is all. And when I was working in Poverty Free Earth, end of the year 2030 volunteer project in Facebook, it is almost 1 hour. It is 1 hour. And please be patient, because this particular screenshots, everything's a life proof, my dear fellow. It's a fire proof. That is all. Next second, Pope Francis will resign. Like that, it's the proof. But I have to provide each and every single section because crime is skyrocketing. Yes, please be patient, even if it is taking a long time, right? Because I have to explain everything. So when I was working in the Poverty Free Earth End of the Year 2030 volunteer project in Facebook too, people, they must have thought, why can't this lady being wisest even publish a book? Then she could make trillions of dollars for a royalty even after death. But for me, I was in a more of an education mode only, right? Public awareness, people should know what is the truth, people should walk in the wisdom, and that true friendly mode only, and that too in the volunteer project. I was working in the volunteer project, right? Nobody, it was out of my own interest, I stood up, I provided that volunteer task, that's all. Now I'm asking USA to pay me salary, means I am in pauper mode. At least I'm asking for the rightful salary, that is all. Right? So then I educated, no, I will never publish it. I do not want any other of the peers to take my education and publish it as a book. Please do not do that, for heaven's sake. If at all people wants to know, let them come to the Facebook and just know about me. It's just me, like that. But then you all got it, right? So now it's on a YouTube, so it's one and the same only. Only thing, whatever I educated, that I'm providing in a video clippings with the screenshots, with the live proof that Pope Francis indeed the hell creator. So that means that traces to what? December 2018, when they provided the injustice to me. It is the Department of Health Services, they created the COVID-19 scandal. Everything got traced now. And what is an excellent process means, it should be traceable, it should be measurable, right? Then it is easy to find the root cause, what exactly happened. So COVID-19 never created in Wuhan, China. Please write it on your skull, my dear fellow mankind. And yes, Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks, one side there's an innocence, and one side they are slaves to Pope, and they have to do it that way. They have to provide that scandal that way only. Now tell me, when the medical services is totally cunning prostitution services, the justice teams asked for medical evaluation became invalid. Got it? How I'm proving every single action of the USA operation broken in pieces in proof, right? Now tell me, yes, Dr. Fauci got $1 million. That's a lot of money for him, at least to, for a monthly pocket money, a recreation money only, because he's already earning a lot of money from his doctor services. We all know that. So $1 million must be like a one-day expense for him. That's all, I would say. Right? Or maybe a monthly expenses for him. That's all. It'll be gone. But there, where is that humanity? Basic humanity. So I have to read this civil justice, and you will know what the civil justice is for. And when I'm reading the civil justice, absolutely, they are the justice who signed injustice, they are already in the freaked out mode, panic mode, because they got the curse. They are the ones, by signing of the injustice, they created the COVID-19 worldwide. So there again, what is a scandal and a scandal? USA, some out of 300 million population, they never knew what exactly is COVID-19. They were thinking there's a real plague, real virus that is going on. Only government and the Republican government only knows. Because Democrat government, all the education which I was providing to the USA, that was even shielded. So that is why President Joe Biden wears a mask, and President Trump, was restricting to wear the mask, but he was enforced to wear the mask because of the shows going on. Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks was always enforcing them wear mask, President Trump, like that, because when they are providing a show, they do not want the real thing to be revealed. But President Trump, because of my education which I was providing to these justice teams and everybody, he got it. The Republican teams got it. Right, but they were not in a position to reveal it because of all the scandal on the one side and show providing on one side. The doctors are providing the shows, but they know that I, Vethapriya, will stand up and slap the doctors and reveal the truth. They know that. Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks knows a true woman, that Vethapriya, she will stand up and she will reveal the truth to the entire human kingdom, and then the nations and populations will know what exactly is COVID-19. So what is the scandal? India, Iraq, Italy, London, they were all thinking virus. But USA government, Republican government knows. It is the Department of Children Welfare Families have that CARES Act process that is only created for low income and the underprivileged population for the national benefits processing. It's called as a CARES Act. Okay. And when I displayed all the errors, they are screwed up, right? Government will ask them, hey, Department of Health Services, what were you doing all this 500 years? Where are the dollars provided for homeless prevention? Where are the dollars for refugee prevention? Then they will have to say, sorry, we ate all the dollars. That is the truth. That is a scandal, right? Raw scandal. I displayed it. So how they can hide that scandal? They have to enforce the doctors to create this kind of a show. So government, even among the government, Republican government got it and Democrats never got it. Even now, they never got it. Maybe they might be getting it slowly. Because 2020 year passed, and to entire 2020 year, President Trump only was ruling. And he was also helpless mode. He wanted to reveal, but he could not reveal mode. He was hand-tied mode, handcuffed mode, I would say, because of all the scandal that's going on. Right? So, India was thinking, the population, 1.3 billions of population, innocent population, were thinking there's a really virus that's going on. People in London, people in Iraq, people in Dubai, people in Africa, they were all thinking the real virus is going on. They never knew it is all military defense Morse code for poverty eradication, after all. So that directly aligns with my project, which I did, Poverty Eradication, Poverty-Free Earth, End of the Year 2030 Volunteer Project. And we are in 21, so that means 9 years only left. So that means, if at all, they would have provided the Supreme Court judge on November 2020, at least then I would have started providing all the quick design solutions and fixed everything. So Amy Barrett election was also scandal. When Supreme Court judge itself is a prostitution, tell me the down level, the very minute level, the circuit court judges, teams who signed off injustice is also prostitution after all. Right? They are all prostitutes, right? Because that is how prostitution means what? Fooling. That is what prostitution means. It might look like people do not like that word, but we have to address everything in a raw way. When there is an education is going on, when there is a wisdom education is going on, when population needs to know what is birthright, what is civilians' right, what is human rights, then they should know what the truth, raw truth. Prostitution means fooling people. Pope Francis is a prostitute. And when he is a prostitute, whatever law book he gave to USA is prostitution law handbook. That is why, instead of working on that labor of creating a wrongful law book, what Pope Francis could have done? He could have easily said he is a Roman king And in Roman Empire, everything is lawless, and nations are all became Roman Empire. That means lawless nations only. There is no need for justice. People, you live as a whatever like you want. This solves the problem in easiest way, right? But he never even wanted to do that. He wanted to provide a double life. That is a bipolar disorder, right? According to the medical thing. But they never stamped him as a bipolar. But they never stamped him as a sex offender. They never stamped Pope Francis as a sex assault provider. They never stamped Pope Francis as a sex assault harassment provider. Right? When you name any war, he is the one who created the war. So war crimes all must be traced only to Pope Francis, not even Hitler. But who got all the curses? It is Hitler, right? So don't you all think civil justice must be served now? For making the population to curse, accuse late Germany leader Hitler for World War II, what civil justice I should provide now? I should just slap on the face of Pope Francis and he will just be thrown in the volcano and gone in ashes. Simple as that. Coolest civil justice. That is how simplest the civil justice should be. Are you a hell creator? Get out of there. Are you a human wellness provider? Live free. Are you an abusive patient and still found innocence in my book of love? Live free. Do not go work on apologizing to the victims of abuse. Don't do that. That will create more emotional torture for them. Just don't do that. Go live free. That is how civil justice should be provided. Yes, my fellow mankind, I am going to read this civil justice and you all will know how the justice is broken. Go watch the screenshots in the video clip and you will know how I proved it with a fireproof. This papal and the Pope organization, the Jesuits, was way beyond, created in the 15th, 16th century itself. When was innocent Germany, Hitler was born? 1889, I think, according to my understanding. Right? So Nazism, KKK, was created by Scotland Protestant organization only. Even there, I said Protestants might, we are not Roman Catholics, no, they are the hell creators on their standalone. So Scotland is handcuffed, Ireland is handcuffed, all in the name of God only they created the hell. And they all scapegoated the innocent Germany leader Hitler. Worldwide curses him. Worldwide. I am the only one woman stood up and educated Hitler is innocent. And I slapped on the face of all the population, including entire German population. And I also said, I'm not sorry, I'm not reincarnation of Hitler. I'm different and Hitler is different. And the justice teams who have signed injustice to me, they are aware of it. I said, state of Wisconsin will create a history in the human life cycle forever. They are aware of it. They know who I am. They know who I am because I only said what? One sentence. State of Wisconsin will create history in the entire human life cycle until Earth gets blasted. Means until Earth gets destroyed, the state of Wisconsin will create a history forever because of my wisdom education alone. Justice teams knows about that. Even Secretary of the State knows about that. Everybody knows. So we are all in that transparent mode only because we are all in a one family. How a family members will sit on a round table and a dining table and will talk to each other to solve the solutions. That is how I'm providing. Be it software world or public sectors or private sectors, we all belong to one family. Why? Because we humans are born to love. We humans are born to love cleanness, have concern about fellow mankind, can never, ever, forever, never uh, create any hell for fellow mankind. But sadly, that is not the truth, right? Sadly, the truth is what? People are creating hell after hell after hell for fellow mankind. For me, with God-given wisdom, I know all the truth. I decoded all the truth, why people are abusive. That is the one that's allowing me to stand as a rock in front of the abusive population. Because when I'm seeing an abusive population, I know they are patient. I know they are leprosy patient. I know the root cause of how they became abusive at the first place. It is Pope Francis created the abusive patients. So I will throw Pope Francis in the volcano and I will provide healthy guidance to abusive population, and I will not even bother to throw them in the jail. I will say, go do it yourself project and get yourself healed and eradicate the abusive nature from your human system, and then there is that 1% left out for the God labor to heal them. Excellent way. So federal prison and state prisons are waste, labor wasted. People's talent should never be wasted. And I also educated what? When people are thrown in jail, what are the disadvantages? How nation become poorest? I stepped in and educated. Until I educated, people were thinking federal prison and state prison are a tax revenue and it is okay to have that. That is why cops are always on the road, grab all the colored skin and just throw them in the jail, and they get paid for that only. In 8 hours of the everyday time schedule, the cops have to be on the road and grab as many colored skin and just throw them on the jail. That is their job, and that is why they get salaries also very less. Anywhere between 25,000 to 35,000 per year. And that alone is a triggering factor for them to provide abusive police services. Right? So just I'm going to provide medical compensation for them as well. I know they are innocent. So imagine how the scandal has been in a very exponential way. Very exponential way. You name the insurance services, they are garbage. Everything is wrong, destroyed. You name banking sector, destroyed. You name welfare services, destroyed. Agriculture, destroyed. Pharmaceuticals, destroyed. Holy marriage, destroyed. Divorce law, destroyed. Family law, destroyed. Telecommunications, destroyed. NACSA's satellite services, destroyed. Everything destroyed. Who's the real root cause? Pope Francis. Pope Francis. So that means those innocent justice teams who must have signed injustice to me, regardless of the whatever religious faith they are in, category they are in, they all must be in the umbrella of Pope Francis only. So slaves to Pope Francis. That is why they were not able to digest the truth, the raw truth I educated. Now I am proving with all the screenshots fireproof. They'll be puking. They'll be puking worms. Oh no, we crucified this innocent lady Vethapriya without any awareness. She told, do not crucify, but we never listened. That is how they'll be crying. And I will say, go, do not apologize to me. Go fall down in knees and ask for forgiveness from God. That is all I can do. I can bail them out because of the innocence is identified. I even provided among those people who are the highest innocent, who are lowest innocent. Women are highest innocent. Highest evil in that justice thing. I displayed that with the innocent level code by 1, level 2 like that. That's why the justice teams were like super shocked at my wisdom. Men are always innocent, women are double innocent. That is all for the basic civil justice sign-off. Regardless of whatever the thing is, the civil justice should be signed off based out of only the baseline innocence identification code. So Pope never proved that he don't know anything of the true Christianity. Pope proved that he don't know what is Holy Bible. Pope proved that he don't know what is true Christianity. Get it? So today everybody got it. Right in front of all nations only I will get the civil justice. Right? State of Wisconsin is handcuffed mode. State of Wisconsin is mandated to be kneel down mode in front of all the nations, 193 nations, and in front of all the 7.9 plus billions of humans. State of Wisconsin is mandated to be kneel down mode. They cannot escape the civil justice process I am providing. No, they cannot run and hide. They just cannot. So when state of Wisconsin is producing foolish people, who is at fault? State of Wisconsin is at fault. I never asked for justice organization. When the nation itself is a lawless mode, right? When there is a Las Vegas Sin City, that is lawless nation proved, fireproof. It is created by Pope Francis only. So that itself is a fireproof that all the justice is broken in pieces. So when state of Wisconsin is producing foolish population like these, foolish leprosy infected, prostitutes, justice teams, then who is at fault? It is state of Wisconsin at fault. So state of Wisconsin is handcuffed and fallen down in knees, mandated in front of 193 nations. Means why? State of Wisconsin only created COVID-19. And that too in a very cunning way they provided. All the Asian nations were thinking that is a real virus and they were without a fear they were getting the masks. When the state of Wisconsin knows what exactly is the true meaning of that COVID-19. President Trump was the administration only was ruling, right? So they got the message clearly. It is the Democrat population, they never got that message clearly because it's always like an ego mode. See, I know something, Democrats don't know something, then we can provide more in the election scandal. It's all, you know how the toddlers fight with each other in a childish way? That is how they created the scandal. And they never bothered how population will be destroyed on a day-to-day basis because of the financial crisis that's going to be enforced on them. Because they are all wealthy. You name Mitch McConnell or Brett Kavanaugh or President Trump or President Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders, who you name it, or Mitt Romney, they are all filthy riches. They do not have to worry about the expenses. Their monthly expenses will be, if not million or billion, at least in thousands of dollars. Monthly expenses alone. When a regular average civilian has to deal with how to pay the monthly bills in thousands, like $500 or $200 or $100, it's a lot of money for a civilian and people cannot mock. Why you are so frustrated about that $100? No, it is a lot of money for a civilian. When they are going to go with the budget, monthly budget and living by paycheck to paycheck, that $100 or $30 or $50, even $10, $5, everything matters. But when the doctors stood up in a cunning way to provide that COVID-19 scandal, everybody became slave to the doctors. President Trump became slave to doctors. President Joe Biden became slave to the doctors. Senate became slaves to the doctors. And doctors in turn, they are slaves to Pope. And Pope in turn slave to Queen Elizabeth II. You all got it how everything COVID-19 created? I stood up and educated. I can alone see the COVID-19 plague when entire human kingdom cannot see the COVID-19 plague. I can only see the COVID-19 plague. That's when the Republican government and the justice team and the people who I interacted with, right? They all knew that I am God sent angel. Because when doctors were saying they cannot see the virus, When the population can see, is telling they cannot see the virus, I'm saying, hey, I can see the plague. I know who is the plague. Pope Francis is the plague himself. Queen Elizabeth II is the COVID-19 plague themselves. That is why they created the plague. This is what I educated. So that means President Trump on the highest level knows, and that is how he was restrictive of wearing the mask in the public. But then how, you all must have seen how Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks on the left and right, they were slaving and enslaving President Trump. Means how people were in a helpless mode. President Joe Biden is wearing the mask, means that itself shows that it's a scandal, right? And President Trump is innocent after all. So can you all see how in my book of civil law, my innocence identification is totally different from my peers looking at innocence? Right? I do not want any of the people to feel low. I do not want any of the people to be left out in my wisdom education. Even when all the medal of types are USA wants to decide to provide to me, I said I would take it from President Trump, President Obama, and even if all the presidential candidates and all the Senate, all the people are gathered in one spot as one family, if they're going to provide me the medals, I will be happiest to take it from them. Even at fault mode, crime mode, prostitution mode, identified everybody as prostitutes mode, I would absolutely take it. That is how I can bail out entire human kingdom. Right? I also educate this to the justice teams. So we are all on the same page on that. So I will go ahead and read the civil justice. Okay? And the overview itself took 1 hour and 25 minutes. I started by saying it will not take time, and you all laughed. And we are on the same page on that. Right? Because once when, based on the explanation of the crime severity, it goes by case basis. So that is why you might see any sections between 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 25 minutes, 35 minutes, around that range, or 1 hour, 2 hour session, right? Because it goes by case basis. So I have all the proof that Pope Francis destroyed Department of Justice Services. This particular live testimony is enough. Pope Francis not even will bother to resign. He will just run from Vatican and jump in the volcano in Hawaii and be gone in ashes. But I want him to be resigned immediately. Okay? So yes, I will quickly read the civil justice. Victims of abuse, patients, medical compensations claims, billings process as of February 17th of 2021. Prostitution-Babylon-USA at fault found guilty in all counts of crimes of Vatican for with fatal negligence. USA nation created robocall poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya, PROSE, a true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, and prostitution USA nation took away $4,500 in October 2018, and with fatal negligence at fault found guilty, USA nation enforced what is a crime count number 1? Crime 1 is USA nation poverty mandated to I, Vethapriya, PROSE. Crime 2 is USA nation finance disability took away $4,500 on October 2018 mandate and disability to I, Vethapriya, PROSE. Then crime 3 is USA nation finance debt $10,210.38 mandated to I, Vethapriya, PROSE. So domestic violence types is of this broken justice teams of USA. I already said USA can have all the broken government operations, but a nation can never have a broken justice operation. It is a deadliest crime. Yes, there is an innocence. That is how I can bail the Supreme Court judges. That is how I can bail the broken Department of Justice. And I can allow them to live free. Only thing is they lost the eligibility to apologize to any of the civilians worldwide. Because if they're going to apologize, it's going to create more trauma. for the victims of abuse, innocent population. I'm saying don't create that drama. Enough is enough. Just back off, live free, and I will step in and I will rewrite everything, rewrite the Department of Justice law my way. What is it? So this comes under the domestic violence type. When a nation is having broken justice operation, USA cannot even boast that USA is a nation anymore. People will be laughing at USA. Got it? It got disqualified to be a nation at the first place. I will just remove the nation word from USA code, from the nation codes. I have a database. I'll just remove USA as a nation. Revoke that nation tag from USA. Let it live for a while without that nation tag for a discipline. This is what I will provide. But then the software processing will get hit very badly. And then there again, all the population who are working will get hit. I do not want to do because I am extra empath. So, for a bailout process, I will say, okay, USA, be USA nation. But do the task I am asking to do. You are all in a handcuffed mode only, parole mode only. Do whatever I ask you to do. And USA will listen only to me. Why? It comes under the classification of domestic violence. Breach of duty. USA law created breach of duty by providing broken justice organization. USA created breach of duty by providing criminal law is a healthy law when it is a domestic, if it's a deadliest hell process, signed by Pope Francis, the Satan, the hell creator. Then intentional infliction of emotional distress by punishing the innocent. The USA nation, without awareness, they created the emotional trauma to innocent population thrown in jail, punishing them with false prosecution, false shame, false guilt, lifetime scars created for them. When innocent are thrown in jail and they have to live their entire life in jail, whether 20 years or 50 years, when they are coming out of the jail, imagine their state of mind. I educated them. I educated all the nations about, imagine the state of mind for a prison inmate released after 20 years or 30 years of his entire prime age is gone. And then when he's left out on the road, he will not have any clue what's going on in the nation, on the regular public. Robo-era will be going, science and technology will be gone, people will be in a very fastest mode in that way, and that prison inmate, even though it's a namesake, rather they could have killed that prison inmate, right? Because he's just left out on the road out of get lost in the human processing. He will turn around 360 degrees. He will not even wonder, he will not even know what exactly happened. McDonald's one side might have disappeared. How many national leaders must have changed? How many governments must have changed? Lagging behind, the talent got wasted. Before career got destroyed. They say, okay, prison inmates are released, now let them get back to the society, now they can get into the workforce. No, they'll be mocked, they'll be bullied. People will stand away from them, creating more torture even after being released from the prison inmate means. The government could have easily killed those prison inmates, right? But Pope Francis should have educated them in the rightful way. But he is the one who is the destroyer of every single crap that's going on. And why on the earth USA is allowing Pope Francis to live free? Give me one good reason. Give me one good reason why on the earth this foolish USA government is allowing this hell creator, Pope Francis, Queen Elizabeth II, all Islam leaders, Dalai Lama, all craps to garbage to live free, that too in the palace. Why? What went wrong? Why USA government lost their mind? Imagine the state of the prison inmates once when they are released on the road, they are left. They cannot live, they cannot die, they are on the road. Orphan mode, homeless mode, refugee mode, being mocked at mode, being bullied at mode forever. Lifetime scars created on their face. All for being innocent. Because justice teams have been punishing only innocent forever. All the people who are creating hell are all allowed to live free. That itself will create too much of torture for the innocent people to undergo that injustice, right? Why educated people failed in being humans? Oh yes, wait, watch and see. Wait, watch and see. I can ask entire 7.9 plus billions of humans to just get out of the earth now, except one, or there are two people, or maybe more, based on my situation, because there are unknowns to me. I can ask all the people to just get out. Please get out. Who are you all to create hell for me? Just get out. Means all the 7.9 plus billions of humans, without asking me any question, they will run like a choo-choo train, like a queue in the long list of queue. One by one, they will, blinders will jump in the volcano and be gone. So you all work on who am I? You all work on who am I? Right? Please tell me, are there only one prison inmate? I just said the brain processing state of only one prison inmate, regardless of the gender, be it male prison inmate or a female prison inmate or a juvenile. There should never be any juvenile thing. So these educated, cunning prostitutes in the Supreme Judge and the justice teams, they don't even know children are children, how to treat children as children. They don't even know. I have to again step in. I have to explain what is child brain works, why that should never be juvenile. Means, can you imagine the labor I have to work on and educate itself on a very basic foundation level? And in judge services, all only adults people only. They're all educated only. So what did Harvard Law School even educated the population? Why nobody knows that there should never be any juvenile children should never be in the justice services? Why? What went wrong? My dear fellow mankind, what went wrong? Why Pope Francis is a god of USA? He's a god, right? He even saying that he's only jumped from heaven directly. So he's a god, right? And he's also a Republican. He's a perfect holy man, right? Why he never bothered to sit with the USA government and educate, do not have any juvenile jail operations? Why? Why? Okay, leave Pope Francis. He's a man. Okay, he's a crap. We all know that he's a crap. How about Queen Elizabeth II? She says that she is good. She is even have her own national anthem named after her. London national anthem. They worship Queen Elizabeth only as God. That is a life proof that it's a Babylon nation. Right? But then she says that she is a god. She's a Republican. Right? She just jumped from heaven. How holy is she? And she's also always married out of fancy love marriage, out of 70 years of holy marriage. How cool she is. And she also wears different crowns that's stolen from, that rightfully belongs to me. But she hides that part of it. But she only displays that she's wearing the crown. How cool she is, like that. He could have sat next seat with the USA government, be it Republican government and Democrat government, and educated, hey. Do not have any juvenile jail. Do not prosecute any children in the justice service. Right? What went wrong? You all keep God-given hands on your heart and say, what went wrong on this? Why not even one educated adult man? Why not even one educated adult woman stood up, slapped left and right on the USA government and educated to ban juvenile justice process? Why? 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 What went wrong? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I am the civil lawyer for entire juvenile children prison inmate population, count by count worldwide. You wait, watch and see how I'm going to throw this Pope Francis in volcano. USA can beg me, President Trump can beg me, President Joe Biden can beg me, please, 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 forgive Pope Francis. I say, just back off, President Trump. Just back off, President Joe Biden. Leave me the pathway to discipline Pope Francis my way. I have to discipline Pope Francis my way only. Right? I will just throw him on the volcano. Watch and see. All this crime display is enough. USA got it. All the nations got it. Who is a hell creator? Who created the juvenile services? That is a hell after all. When adults cannot handle the human torture, when the injustice is provided to them, when all along the adult justice process was provided only to torture innocent, imagine the children population emotions tortured part of the injustice. Oh yes, I will chop the head of Pope Francis and I will throw him on the volcano. Wait, watch and see. Are children humans trash to the adults? Tell me. I nailed him on the forehead. Who am I? Go work on it. Who am I? And I'm providing clues and hints for you all to figure out who am I. I said Islam leaders will die out of heart attack. They will not even have to wait to get to jump on the volcano. They'll just die out of the heart attack. Only thing is, they just cannot digest I am a woman. I provided the clue, so you figure out who am I. Justice teams knows who am I. That means by default President Trump admin knows who am I. If at all President Obama admin and President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris knows whatever education I provided in Facebook, they should also know who am I. They all will back off when I'm disciplining. When I'm disciplining Pope Francis, nobody will dare to ask me why I'm disciplining Pope Francis. My way. My way. Year is 2021. How many years the justice was operated worldwide? That many years was provided, that many seconds was provided, that many minutes, weeks, days, months, years was provided to the educated adult men and women worldwide. Not even one. Not even one educated adult man, not even one educated adult woman stood up and banned the juvenile justice hell. I do not want you all to shed tears of blood, being aware of that scandal I'm providing in the raw way, that juvenile justice services is a hell. I do not want you all to shed tears of blood. No. Stop it. Hold on tight for that tears of blood, because more crime is going to be provided, right? More crime display of Pope Francis is going to be displayed. Wait, hold on, and then shed tears of blood later on. How much that innocent children population in the juvenile prison facilities, treated less than dirt, treated less than, undergoing through whatever they have to undergo for a hell in the juvenile prison. Entire prime age life destroyed, and some even considered for a death penalty row, waiting for the death penalty row. How innocent they are. How innocent they are. Crucifixion. Roman Empire provides what? Crucifixion for national punishment. So you all got it. Why those justice teams feared at the sound of when I said Pope Francis created the hell? They all freaked out. They know Pope Francis is hell, but they just cannot let it out loud. And one side, the justice services team itself is broken, helpless mode. They say do not get into the justice services because people know in the United States know that it's broken in pieces. Never-ending loop means chains of slavery will be put on your legs forever. Don't you all think I should step in and provide the reform and create an excellent justice services for everybody? Don't you all think I should free all the juvenile population inside the prison facilities worldwide? They are all my blood drops, my fellow mankind. Wait, watch and see. Pope Francis will be gone in ashes. USA will be happiest nation now. Even if I chop the head of Pope Francis, they will not say anything. Because the crime is skyrocketing. Can you all see why President Joe Biden is heartfelt and a scandal and is a cunning? Yes, I'm not using any curse words when I can use, because I'm the only one eligible to be offended. I'm the only one eligible to even accuse President Joe Biden. Nobody has that eligibility. Yes, he's 80 plus years old and I'm 40 plus years old. Middle-aged woman. I have all the rights to accuse President Joe Biden and ask him to just get out of the White House now. 50 long years. Even before President Obama, even before Kamala Harris, he was there, right? In the lawmaking process. He could have stood up and banned the juvenile justice. Can you all see how the software is panic mode because of the crime skyrocketing? Without Microsoft, there is no juvenile justice. Without Google, there is no juvenile justice. So software is panic mode after all. Everything got crashed. Everything got collapsed. Everything got collapsed. Our children population less than dirt for the adults. So that means even the adults were once upon a time were young children only. So that means President Joe Biden never born as a President Joe Biden and 84 years, his mom never delivered like that. President Joe Biden must have been a newborn baby, must have been a toddler and must have gone to school, kindergarten, elementary, whatnot. Went to law school and then only adult mode. Now he is a grandpa mode. When he got all the chances to have banned the juvenile justice hell, he just passed it by. Fatal negligence, ignorance. Why? What is the reason that adult humans only creating all the crap? And why I'm saying the generation gap, they all made sure that all the old people will get all the benefits, but the younger generation has left out in the benefit system. That's a scandal. I have to step in and educate for the humans means zygote human population, embryo human population, fetus human population means first time 7.9 plus billions of adult humans got slapped by me because they forgot to provide benefits process for all this population. They never knew zygote cells are humans after all. So President Joe Biden, at one point of time, must have been a zygote cell. At one point of time, must be transitioned to the embryo cell. He was not aborted by his mom. That is why he is still there. His crime is skyrocketing, my dear fellow mankind. And President Trump is innocent. Can you all see why President Trump is innocent and President Joe Biden is not? That's a very thin layer to display who is innocent, who is not innocent. Because that illusion can even provide lot of disturbances for the human brain processing to go wrong way, to provide the justice in the wrong way. To those justice teams, I only asked the President Trump to resign. I never asked them to provide impeachment. And whatever education I was providing to the justice teams, that is a live proof why all the female Democrat presidential candidates just backed off one by one. Right? Final closure process was Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, and that Amy from state of Minnesota. Right? They all backed off because I was providing that education in the year of 2019, summer between December. And Kamala Harris was the last one to back off from being the presidential candidate because I was providing the education. So now they all will be in a shock mode. Oh, is that lady is only providing all this live proof? Oh my gosh. Because Kamala Harris is a lawyer. Amy is a lawyer. Elizabeth Warren is a lawyer. Bernie Sanders is a lawyer. Right? Mitt Romney is a lawyer. They all never bothered to ban the juvenile prison system. So you tell me who I should ask to get out of the earth. I will say only adult humans, please get out. Starting with the retired age population, I'll ask them to get out. Because whatever they provided for the scandal is so deadliest. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say that I am a true civil lawyer. I am a representation of entire children population. I am the representation. I'm a mouthpiece for entire zygote human population. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It's not funny because you all can laugh in a normal operation woman because, hey, this lady is so stupid. Is a weirdo. Her brain got nuts. Is it nuts? What's going on in the stupid lady mind? Because zygote cannot even talk. Embryo cannot even talk. Fetus cannot even talk. Oh, no, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will talk for them. I sure will get civil justice for them. So, each and every single child worldwide, they got my back. They're all protected with the firewall provided by me with the God's Holy Spirit. They're all protected. They're all protected by me. If at all Pope Francis wants to kill me, let him kill me. It's okay. I said, at the cost of death, I will get civil justice for everybody. If Queen Elizabeth II wants to kill me, let her kill me. Direct challenge, right? If Islam leaders and Dalai Lamas and the yoga gurus wants to kill me, let them kill me. I already said even state of Wisconsin governor can even execute me in front of all nations. At the cost of death, I will get civil justice for entire human kingdom, entire child population, children population, count by count. It is only after killing me, all the nations should even think of providing injustice to the children population worldwide. I will stand as the tallest rock. I'm so toughest, my dear fellow mankind. I'm absolutely toughest. Toughest even than Hitler. I already said. That means if Hitler is alive now, he will be the proudest man in the earth, telling, oh my gosh, this Vethapriya lady is enough for all the nations to discipline. Right? Genghis Khan. People fear at the sound of Genghis Khan, isn't it? He thrashed Asian nations. If Genghis Khan is alive now, he'll be laughing loudest, saying that, hey, all nations got caught by this wisest lady Vethapriya. Enjoy the civil justice discipline, the toughest one. They're all men's club after all, right? You name Hitler, Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, and Russia leaders Karl Marx, Lenin. They're all men's club. I am the woman. 2021 generation era. They're all gone in their generation era. They're all been cursed. And I am the one who's going to provide civil justice for them as well. They're all innocent in my book of civil law. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, there should never be civil criminal law. There should never be prison at the first place. There should never be adult prison. There should never be any, here in US they call it correctional facilities. There should never be. There should never be juvenile organizations. No, it is hell. Children should be allowed to be children, right? Children should be growing as children, freely, in a happiest mode, in a healthy environment. Why adults cannot treat children as children? Why? They are being prosecuted as an adult only in the juvenile services. Why? What went wrong? What went wrong in the educated adult humans in USA? Why? Why that? Why that? So you all got it. USA should sign the Supreme Civil Judge for me, and I will take the cane in my hand, and I know how to discipline the broken justice services. I'll not bother to even provide the caning process. No, that is not my job. All I have to do is just have cane in my hand and I stand as a rock. Coolest civil justice. Just by seeing me, people will be running here and there to walk only in the wisdom. So tell me, how on the earth the tax processing agencies are provided to the juvenile justice services, who the children population are thrown in the jail by cops only? Right? How the tax services is provided? One side child marriage is a crime, and one side juvenile children, one side juvenile diabetes and juvenile cancer, juvenile St. Jude's cancer. So one crime 1, crime 2, crime 3, then what more of a crime? Las Vegas is a crime. Sex slaves means there are adult sex slaves, child sex slaves, human trafficking here and there. All created by whom? Pope Francis. So that is why if I chop the head of Pope Francis, USA will never dare to ask me why. Because already USA is in handcuffed mode, kneel down mode, in front of 193 nations mode, in front of 7.9 plus billions mode. Can you all see how the crime is skyrocketing? Bernie Sanders cannot laugh. Elizabeth Warren cannot laugh. Amy of St. Minnesota cannot laugh. Mitt Romney cannot laugh. Kamala Harris cannot laugh. Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks cannot laugh. They just cannot laugh. President Joe Biden cannot laugh. All the existing president, President Jimmy Carter, he is 94 years. He cannot laugh. President Obama, lawyer, cannot laugh. President Bill Clinton, lawyer, cannot laugh. Hillary Clinton, a woman lawyer, cannot laugh. Michelle Obama, a lawyer, cannot laugh. I just slapped on their faces, left and right. Can you all see how the cops are innocent after all? Because their brains have been overwritten by Pope Francis. Their job is just grab all the colored population and throw them on the jail. Imagine how many Africans lost their precious life. How many Americans, they lost their precious loved ones. Can you all see how Billy Graham is the only prostitute in the whole entire planet Earth? Right? How President Trump is innocent. When late Billy Graham educated George W. Bush, I even slapping on his face, right? Less innocent means more foolish president out of all the foolish is only George W. Bush. In the name of God only created all hell. So this late Billy Graham, when he was the root cause, one of the root cause for creating Iraq War, Gulf War I and World II, to destroy the Iraq in pieces, he never stood up in front of the Supreme Court judges and asked the United States of America to ban the juvenile justice, right? Can you all see he's a prostitute after all? And how President Trump is innocent and President Joe Biden is not? Everybody is a prostitute. That is why they cannot fix things. Because everybody yielded to sexual immorality. They can provide a family picture to the world that they are in the married status. No. They all are married to the wrong humans. I educated that to the justice teams as well. They know. At last of my education was what? Dear justice teams, with my education, you all must have been only divorced by now because you all married to the wrong humans, regardless of LGBTQ, regardless of domestic partners, regardless of polygamy. I educated upfront. A true friend always provides only wisdom. Always provides only wisdom. Okay, the Hollywood, the entertainment world, they are providing movies, right? They could have stepped in and asked the USA should ban the juvenile services. They never did that. Can you see how adult humans are very selfish, because when the dollars alone is given, luxury alone is given, everything of humanity get destroyed in pieces. How many children in the prison inmates in the prison facility would be praying to God, dear God, please, 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 send God's an angel. Let this juvenile correction facilities be banned forever. Those innocent prayers are answered. I'm saying, I'm there. I'm there. These justice teams must kill me first to even provide any more injustice to any of the children worldwide. First, kill me. And I will stand in front of entire children population, entire younger generation population. They all know that I am that I am. And you all work on who am I. Can you all see the emergency of why USA needs to sign the job offer to me? Immediately, why I should be the Vatican leader immediately to me? Why I should be the global medical relief director chief for all nations immediately to me? Regardless of whatever job I get in, even if I get to work for a software world, that is also a healthy process to me. What went wrong? What went wrong? When adults themselves cannot handle the emotional torture when they are bombarded with worldwide, how on the earth the children population and the prison juvenile correction facilities can handle it? When they are treated as an adult, when they are treated as a trash, oh my gosh, the crime is skyrocketing. I am the one. I will stand in front of entire children population. Count by count, I will get civil justice. Wait, watch and see. Wait, watch and see. Why I am saying wait, watch and see? Because there is a long list of crime with the fireproof I have to provide it. I already finished everything with the Facebook education itself. I have to do it one more time. See, can you all see how it's getting delayed and the labor getting delayed, everything. All it can be solved at the moment USA signs job offer. Whatever I'm saying, I can say it out loud. Because society wants that people to be in the authoritative position, the job position, only then they can even listen, right? Otherwise it will be like a dog barking on the wall mode. So even for a wisdom processing, they are providing a roadblock. Why? They wanted only foolish people in the nation. Then the nation will be poorest. Can you all see why the tax organization will be sealed and shut down forever? Why Department of Children and Families will be shut down, sealed and shut down forever? Because I only should step in and I only should provide all the design solutions, my dear fellow mankind. Okay, so at fault found guilty Supreme Judge Brett Kavanaugh stole the rightful job belonged to I Vethapriya PROSE for PROSE should have been elected as a Supreme Court Judge of USA on October 2018 means imagine the time labor. October 2018, October 2019, October 2020, 3 years of labor gone wasted. Brett Kavanaugh and Amy never banned there should never be any juvenile prison anymore. They are scammers, they are hell creators. They are the venom, they are the poisonous slaves to Pope Francis. And they only got elected. Even in that election process life cycle, President Trump is innocent because he is helpless mode. I already said President is just a dummy or a puppet role only given by USA. They'll have enough salary and wealth, they can live with it, but they are puppet. And I Vethapriya PROSE, and then Republican GOP leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump and Brett Kavanaugh created robocall poverty mandate to I Vethapriya. Beyond stealing the rightful job belongs to me, they also provided on top of it robocall. So injustice 1 count, injustice 2 count means imagine the emotional torture enforced on me. For I was only educating wisdom education. Even now, at this moment, I am only educating wisdom education. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Yes, USA do not have any birthright to be fatal negligence. Yes, broken justice teams, judges or lawyers, criminal lawyers or civil lawyers, they do not have a birthright to be fatal negligent. It is wrong, it is crime. It is domestic violence to be fatal negligent. So, I Vethapriya PROSE wants civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines only. Roman province Vatican Jesuits leader Pope Francis must resign now, because he never educated USA should never have juvenile prison facilities. That is wrong. He failed in God of USA job. He failed in Republica job. He failed in perfect human job. Right? No other go. He will resign. Like using do-it-yourself resign project. He will resign anytime, any moment. And USA even never have to bother to provide the death penalty for Pope Francis. Pope Francis will run fastest from Vatican and jump in the balcony and will be gone out of nowhere. USA will be searching, where is Pope? Where is Pope? Where is Pope? Oh, he gone in ashes. Oh, wow. Like that, USA will be wondering, celebrating it as a festival. Right? Yes, Pope Francis must resign now, immediately. That is the civil justice served to me. For fatal negligence of 9 Supreme Court judge, means 9 counts of fatal negligence. And at least 1 Supreme Court judge in all 50 states, right? Of USA is 50 counts, approximately. So for a total, how many counts of fatal negligence accumulated? 59 counts. 9 Supreme Court judgments, the Brett Kavanaugh or the existing and the Amy, those are 9. And then 1 Supreme Court judge per state for approximate 50 counts, means then add that 50 plus 9 means 59 counts of fatal negligence, means that much level of increased, exponentially increased crime. So I'm saying to the USA, make it 60 counts to be even. And then I want Jesuits, Roman Catholics, Christianity province of USA must pay tax-free $60 billion per fatal negligent teams of 3 count. Dollars, and I think I misadded that the text. So that should be $60 billion in 1 second. So $60 billion means this is only exclusive for Supreme Court judge. So that will be for circuit appeals court judges, criminal law judges, civil law judges, criminal lawyers, civil lawyers. Oh yeah, they can never hurt any fellow mankind anymore. I am standing in front of them. They all should kill me first. I say, kill me. I say to the Supreme Court judge, hey, kill me first. I say to the appeals court judge, hey, kill me first. Means, that says it all, who am I? Because one side I nailed on the forehead of Pope Francis. You work on who am I? Work on why Islam leaders freak to death. They'll die out of heart attack. Please work on who am I? I'm providing clues here and there. That's a fun task a true teacher will provide to the students, right? All the audience who are watching my live testimony are my students. I'm a teacher. That is why I'm an excellent teacher. There are no teachers I educated, right? That is the truth. There are no education, there are no teachers. Wait and see how the civil justice is going to be provided. Watch. Just watch. So this civil justice is what? The fatal negligence of Supreme Court judges. And how many $1 billion does a Roman province Jesuits should provide to me? $60 billion. Oh, that is the very cheapest finance medical compensation I can ask for, right? Because can they create a new brain and give me? No. Can they create new heart and give me? No. Okay. How about can they create new heart and give to the juvenile population? No. How can they create new heart and give to the juvenile population? No. So it'll be super fun for the Jesuits, Roman Catholics, Christianity province of USA when they're signing the check for $60 billion, and direct deposit to my bank account. I do not have time to talk to these foolish people. Okay? And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Vatican leader now is civil justice served. So, yes, my dear fellow mankind, it took 2 hours and 30 minutes of my session. But yes, that says how crucial, how important this particular civil justice sign-off is all for. Enough for USA to just throw Pope Francis on the volcano and I become Vatican leader. Simple as that. All be saved. Even Queen Elizabeth will be gone in ashes. Islam leaders will be gone in ashes. I will step in and I will guide what next process in a healthy way. Okay? Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.